At the T-minus 3-minute mark, tape recorders on board the spacecraft were turned on. These recorders record both voice and data. We have ignition sequence start. The engine's now building up to 7.7 million pounds of thrust. We have a launch commit and we have a liftoff. Moving back. The Saturn V lifting off with power.
Welcome back. This is WOMMLP operating out of Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 The Radiator. It is the Rocket Shop. I'm your host, Tom Proctor, and with me for the second part of tonight's show is Ryan Sweezey. Thank you very much for turning up, Ryan.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Ryan, I always like to get going with the song so we know what's up. So if you'd like to introduce your first song, that'd be great.
Sure. There's a song called Bartender. Bartender, hope you don't mind if I pull up a seat. It's only Wednesday, but it's already shown it's shaping up to be a terrible week. Help me get over the hump, cause I can't do it alone. You're putting an end to my 5-year streak. Bartender, bartender, serve me up a little hope on the rocks. Might need a little help to drink it all down. I'm feeling helpless with my head in the stocks while I'm waiting for the bleed to come down. Don't you know that it's the only way I've found to get me through the day? Let me know if you know of another order that can maybe make her wanna stay. Bartender, don't have a driver to get me home, and it's a problem that I'll have to get used to if she decides she's gonna leave me alone. And didn't plan ahead and never had to before. Now my mind is as blank as a stone. Bartender, bartender, serve me up a little hope on the rocks. Might need a little help to drink it all down. I'm feeling helpless with my head in the stocks while I'm waiting for the blade to come down. Don't you know that it's the only way I've found to get me through the day? Let me know if you know of another order that can maybe make her wanna stay. Bartender, I'll remember all our future dreams. Love mender, please send her back home to me. Re-offender, help me find a way to make her see. I won't surrender, I will defend her for eternity. Serve me up a little hope on the rocks. Might need a little help to drink it all down. I'm feeling helpless with my head in the stocks while I'm waiting for the bleed to come down. Don't you know that it's the only way I've found to get me through the day? Let me know if you know of another order that can maybe make her wanna stay. Bartender, I will remember as I stumble at the door like I've never done before. She is still all that's on my mind.
Ryan Sweezey there with Bartender. So Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you find yourself end up in Burlington? You're not a Burlington native, are you?
Right. I've been up here since October 2016, so about a year and a half or so.
Okay.
But I'm from Linfield, Mass, a little north of Boston originally. Lived there basically my whole life. Grew up on the North Shore, went to college in Boston, lived in Somerville after school, and then
Just kind of decided I needed to change of pace. I was doing music kind of full time for a while, and getting kind of like anxious and stuff, and was like, I want to go somewhere for a little bit where I'm probably going to be a little more relaxed. So I came up and escaped into the mountains, and it's been good so far. My family used to have I guess winter and summer, but vacation house in Moortown. So I'd been up here a lot when I was younger. My sister was a St. Mike's alum and current employee, so she's up here. So it seemed like a logical place to go since I was finally ready to get out of the 20-mile radius I'd spent the first 25 years of my life in.
So you said you were doing music full time?
I was mostly a lot of bar gigs, doing the singer-songwriter thing as much as I could, which was good. It was a little exhausting at times, but yeah, just kind of finding that balance, because most of what I was sustaining myself on was cover gigs, like playing 3 hours 4 or 5 nights a week, and just kind of getting pretty burnt out from that. But like I said, I lived in Somerville for a little bit. That's kind of Somerville, Cambridge area. There's a lot going on with singer-songwriters, so it was a good spot to be, and good spot to kind of collaborate with a lot of people.
I was going to say, doing that full time, it must have really accelerated your skill set.
I would definitely say so. A lot of performances under your belt kind of gives you, it gives you a lot. I think I grew a lot. Musicality and just kind of stamina. My voice and stuff lately, where I haven't been playing as much, I've noticed I get tired a lot more. Before it was kind of always kind of on in that zone. But yeah, being around a lot of other singer-songwriters and stuff, they did a lot of open mics. There was one in particular at this place, Lizard Lounge, where there was kind of like a competition every Monday night. And being around the level of talent of a lot of the people around was just kind of awe-inspiring, and made you want to be better and motivated to get better, kind of do better in that competition and with your peers, and kind of be on that same level. It was a great way to meet a lot of people. Really formed a lot of good bonds with a lot of people back there. Usually there's every once in a while someone from Boston's up here at Radio Bean or something. Usually they'll go catch the show or do a show with them or something like that. So
that's my next question, really. So obviously Burlington, you come up here to chill out a little bit. I can see why. Being a full-time musician is no real easy feat for 99% of musicians. But in terms of the scene in Burlington versus the scene in Boston, what are the big differences and what are the similarities that you didn't expect?
It's a really good, supportive community up here. It's a smaller pool of people, but everyone's still really, really good. Everyone's really supportive of each other. Everyone's super nice. They're not going to try and not tell you what this place is that you should play at, so that they keep it to themselves or something like that. I had only heard good things about what it was going to be like once I got up here, and I think that it's held up pretty well. It is nice, I do have a bit of a foundation still back home, so I can still do shows here and there and catch up with a lot of people and stay tapped into what everyone's doing down there. And that's kind of convenient too. If you get people to come up here, you can kind of split a bill with people coming through town, or vice versa. Meet someone up here that's going to be down in Boston. A lot of people that you think, oh, you would do well doing a show with this group of people, and it's really, in both places, it's really a community, and it's it helps everyone grow a lot. So,
and I noticed, so you got a new EP coming out called Starting
Over?
Over?
Actually.
It's out already.
Yep.
Sorry, my bad. Oh, sorry, it came out last year.
Yep.
According to my own notes, I should really read them properly. So you had a new EP called Starting Over. It came out last year. I'm assuming the name might be referring to Burlington itself, and you coming up here?
So it kind of was, and kind of not really. It was kind of retroactively, because I actually had the whole decision to move up here happened somewhat quickly, which is kind of interesting because for me things are usually kind of a slow burn, which is kind of why it happened, because I was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it now, or it's not gonna happen. At the time I decided to move, it was probably, so everything was already recorded. I had finished recording it a few months previously, and it was like 2 or 3 months before sending them off to get pressed and everything. And I'm pretty sure I had already decided on the title actually at that point. It was, for me, it was like I had released a couple of things before, kind of like when I was around like 19, 20. That like I'm still kind of I'm still proud of them, but it's like it felt very different. I had approached this recording a lot differently, so I was kind of feeling like it was a fresh start. It was all of the songs had been written since I kind of delved more into the singer-songwriter open mic scene, and kind of honed my chops of writing and stuff, so I felt like that was a new direction. It was the first time where I had really like booked recording time and had to go in with a plan of exactly what you were doing. The things I had done before, it was like a guy I knew that was in the music community around me for a while. Like I would just go over to his home studio every couple of weeks and just kind of, what can we get done in 3 hours? And like, if you didn't finish it, you just went back next week. So it was kind of like a lot more planning, a lot more kind of riding on, making sure that you did everything the way you wanted to do in the time that we were allotted.
Especially the amount of money you're spending on
right. And I also had done, like, I did an Indiegogo for it, which is I'd never done any kind of crowdfunding or anything like that too. So that was another approach. And it also kind of made you feel like you were kind of marketing it before it was actually out, which was another level to that too.
So if I'm all right in thinking that the starting over was kind of pertaining to you relaunching kind of your musical career, now that you've got these, now that you had the experience down in Boston, now that you kind of collaborated with all these great artists that come through the Cambridge area, now that you kind of knew a little bit more about it was like, right, I thought I knew what music was and how to make it and how to distribute it.
Right.
Now I know what it really is about. And so is that the way it was kind of, the name kind of came about?
Right. Definitely. Because, I mean, everything felt like it was kind of going in a different way. The songwriting process itself, the recording process, how I was approaching releasing it. Yeah. And
so there, but it ended up becoming slightly prophetic, because
right. And then I was like,
and
all right, this is all ready to go. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna move now. It's not maybe the greatest timing with releasing a record or something, but yeah, that was definitely that. I also felt like recording wise and production wise, it was an entirely new thing too, because I had always, everything I'd done was completely based around like the acoustic guitar, and that was the bass and everything. And I worked with a buddy of mine, George Woods, who produced the record, and he kind of helped me open to the possibility of like, all right, this is a good bass, but like this song actually like having a keyboard suits it better than the guitar. So it was kind of like you'd lay down the guitar and then kind of lay the vocals over it and get all the pieces, and then bring something else entirely in and strip the guitar out, which was kind of a almost Naked Experience type for me, because it was like I don't know what to do without this guitar here. But hearing the final product of it, it was like this was the right way to go.
Kind of letting go of control actually is a big part of that. I'm kind of aware of time, so I really want to actually keep listening to some of the songs you got. So what we got coming up now? All
right. This is a song. It's called All Right. And this is in that exact vein. Like there is a guitar in it, but it's really kind of piano driven. This is also a song that came about because as we were doing pre-production for everything, we realized all of the songs were going to be really depressing, which I think is probably something a lot of songwriters end up realizing. So it's like we need to come up with something that's like a little bit happier to balance it out. So this is called All Right.
All right.
Sit out on your front porch for a little while. Feel Feel the cool air, watch the cars roll by. Let the sunlight shine down on you for a little while and clear away your darker shadows for a little while. Rest from overthinking for a little while. Breathe easily instead. Letting go of what's behind you for a little while. See the beauty of the unknown lies ahead. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be bright. It's gonna be everything that's missing from our lives. It's gonna be love. It's gonna be life. More than just survival, we will thrive. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Seems the world's been burning for a little while. It'll still be turning years from now. So let yourself be daring just for a little while. Choose the clouds over the ground for a little while. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be bright. It's gonna be everything that's missing from our lives. It's gonna be love. It's gonna be life. More than just survival, we will thrive. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Night gets cold and gray. It'll only stay for a little while. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be bright. It's gonna be everything that's missing from our lives. It's gonna be love. It's gonna be life. More than just survival, we will thrive. It's gonna be sound. It's gonna be sight. It's gonna be taste and touch and feel when it ignites. It's gonna be love. It's gonna be life. More than just survival, we will thrive. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
Very good. And sorry, what's the title of that song again?
That is all right.
All right. All right, by Ryan Sweezey. Sweezey there. I keep wanting to call you Sweezey because it's so
It
close.
happens a lot. It's a lot of Sweezey, a lot of Sweeney.
Yeah. I can imagine. It's a very unusual second name, actually. I don't think I've ever
Yeah, it's it was, according to Ancestry, I have a cousin that's super into genealogy and stuff. It was at one point Sweezey, and it was Dutch, like hundreds of years ago.
And
And
they
then it just
switched
kind
around.
of morphed, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, fair enough. So since coming up to Burlington, you mentioned how in the latest EP, you know, your songwriting had changed, and it's due to all the people you were kind of hanging out with and influenced by. Since coming to Burlington, has something similar happened? Have you been trying to write any songs up here, or have you kind of been concentrating on the music you've already created?
It's kind of a little of both. I've still kind of, like, when I got here, I like got a full-time job when I got here because I was like, I can't immediately dive into a completely new place where no one knows me and expect that I'm gonna survive on this alone. So been kind of juggling that and haven't been writing nearly as much as I would like. Have a lot of bits and pieces of things, which is something I didn't used to do as much. It would be like I'd start it, I'd finish it, and then I wouldn't stop what I was doing until until I was done. Now it's a lot more of like, I have a verse and a chorus, and now I'm going to go to sleep. Lately, I've been having the interesting revelation with that of like, a lot of it was like, I wasn't super into that one and stuff, but I have all the voice memos and things in my phone, and lately I've been kind of going back through them and being like, oh, this is actually better than I thought it was. I should probably finish that. There's definitely a lot of great writers around here. I'm still kind of getting exposed to them because I haven't been out as much as I would like to. But anytime just hopping into, like, kind of being in this area, hopping into Radio Bean or something on really any night, seeing whoever's playing, there's always a lot of great people that'll inspire you. And just walking down Church Street, I busk from time to time. I know there's a lot of other people that do and are really outstanding writers and performers, so there's a lot you can take away from them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were mentioning how in Boston and up in Burlington there's a lot of people to collaborate with, and the music scene is very supportive. And you also mentioned about introducing piano in your latest record. What are you dead set on the solo career, or have you got kind of maybe ideas or inklings to start bringing in a band, make this more of a solo, more of a group effort rather than a solo effort?
I definitely have inklings to turn it into more of a full band thing. I've kind of always had that, but kind of been my like, I don't know, say like lone wolf, but like having, that's kind of like when I was doing the bar gigs, that was kind of my thing. Of it was just, you know, it's easy to just be like, yep, I can do this. I don't have to like plan everyone's schedule around this. I don't need everyone to know these 30 songs I have to play tonight. But like when I was living in Somerville, I lived with 3 other guys that were in a band together. And that kind of like really motivated me to want to do that more. And it's something I haven't done nearly as much as I would want to. When Starting Over was released, I went back home to do a release show there. And some of the guys that worked on the album with me, and friends of theirs and stuff, we kind of like remotely prepared for it, and we did like a full band release, and it was one of those moments of just like, I wish I could do this all the time, because this is so much more fun. And anytime I've really recorded anything, I've always kind of brought it in solo acoustic and come out with something that's got a full band backing. And it would be nice to be able to kind of bring the recorded arrangements into a live setting. One of the things I really enjoy with doing that recording is sometimes like you go in and you kind of have an idea of what a full band arrangement of it might sound like, but like until someone else with their own ideas comes in and puts it on top of it, and it takes it in an entirely new direction. It's really cool to kind of see where things can go, and that's, I mean, I definitely like to kind of bring more people into the fold and work with that mindset. Yeah. Probably help me finish a lot of things a lot quicker.
I was going to say, with the little scraps and bits and pieces you've probably got a few people with the other half of that scraps kicking around somewhere. You just need to go find them. Yeah. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. What have you got any gigs coming up in the near future?
I do. This week, Friday night, I'm playing 7:30 to 8:30 at the Light Club Lamp Shop. And I don't have too much in the very near future. I have a little further out in July. On July 7th, I'm going to be at Nectar's from 7 to 9.
Wicked.
But those are the two upcoming. But this Friday, like Club Lamp Shop. And
if people would like to go explore some of your songs, some of your older stuff, where can they find some of your records?
Sure, it's RyanSweezey.com. So RyanSweezey.com, which I'm sure a lot of people might struggle to get the spelling right. But
yeah, not Sweezey, Sweezey.
Yeah.
So Ryan, one last song to play us out, and thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Alrighty. This is a tune called Late as the Hour.
Late is the hour, and the moonlight is fading, and I have been waiting for someone like you. You're a perfect little flower, Now you've been waiting and waiting, waiting and waiting for someone like you. Love bound, waiting, you know it's true. I have been waiting for someone like you. For someone like you. Late is the hour for a night on the town. Now I've been waiting for you to come round. I'm under your power, and I won't let you down. Don't you see, my queen? I have been waiting for you to come round. Love bound, waiting to give you your crown. I have been waiting for you to come around. Just to walk in the park could be all we need to ignite a spark, could last till the dawn. I've been waiting for this moment all night long. I don't care tonight if it's right or it's wrong. I will sing you my song. Sing you my song. Late is the hour, I've been trying so hard. I'm not asking to spend my whole life with you. Buy you one more sour since we've come this far. I'm not asking to spend my whole life with you. I've been waiting for a signal from you. I'm not asking to spend my whole life with you. And I know you know I'm not asking to spend my whole life with you. And I know it shows that I wanna spend just tonight with you.
And Sweezey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again so much for coming in. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And best of luck with the upcoming gigs. And I look forward to seeing that new EP that's eventually going to come out of your big band.
Right. Thank you.
Next week we have Princess Nostalgia coming on at the Rocket Shop. I have been your host, Tom Proctor, and until next time, ciao.